Welcome back. Vancouver author Billie Livingston, the author of One Good Hustle, is with me now. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on your third novel.
Third novel, yes.
Fourth book.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's fantastic. Now, I was introduced to you with your first book, but I've kind of lost track, so I was very excited to hear about One Good Hustle.
Oh, thank you.
Also, very intrigued by Sammy, your main character.
Mm-hmm.
So give us a little synopsis about Sammy, a little insight into her.
Sammy's 16. Her parents were both con artists, are both con artists. Her father's kind of MIA, and she keeps hoping that he'll come and make all right again. Mm-hmm. And she's living with her mother, who's a con artist who's not very good at her job, and kind of spiraling down into the depths because she had one hustle go terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you know about con artists? What made you make two of your main characters hustlers?
There's a little of it in my family. They're not all straight and narrow kind of people. So my father was a card sharp, so I took what I knew of what he'd done and a couple hustles that I knew that he had done when he was young.
Really?
And then I did some research, and I found a couple, some of the stuff that Sammy does. My husband had a couple of friends, because he grew up in Staten Island in New York, and a couple of his friends were a little wild when they were young, and so a couple of things I gave Sammy came from the bad kids my husband knew.
That's great. That's really great. What do you hope people take from the book? With Going Down Swinging too, I like writing about people that are a little off the grid, that we don't get to hear their voices very often, and we kind of make assumptions about them, mm-hmm. about who they are inside based on what they're doing. And when I'm writing Sammy, what I was wanting to create was this girl who is kind of angry because of her situation and wants to be good, wants to rise above where she's come from. And you kind of hope to provoke open minds, so mm-hmm. that people see an individual as someone who could start fresh tomorrow and be what they want to be, what mm-hmm. they hope to be, the person they imagine they could be, rather than the place they're stuck now. She's very funny as well, a little edgy, mm-hmm. Quite funny, and a little soft inside mm-hmm. too.
Yeah, she's she wants to be the tough nut that her father is, and that she thinks her mother should have been, had her mother not failed so miserably mm-hmm. at being a con artist. But at the same time, she wants to be someone that everyone perceives as being smart and able and good. Most people, if they knew how to do better, they would. Mm-hmm. And so most people want to be good. They want people to perceive them as good. So she's kind of a smart aleck, but wants to be good.
Billie, walk me through a little bit of the process of coming up with a concept for a book, and how long it takes to get from the beginning to the end for you.
For me, when I am writing, I often need to, I write a lot of junk that never ends up becoming book. It's just learning who the people are. With Sammy, I kept writing short stories that were in her voice until I felt like I really knew her, knew what she was capable of, and knew her desire to be
the choices
good.
She would
make.
Yeah,
the choices she would make. And then it sort of, it all starts to weave together. Little magnets and it starts to become more of a cohesive thing. And so I create a whole bunch of fabric, and then I cut away everything that isn't story.
Did you always know you wanted to be an author?
I knew always that I wanted to write, but I didn't think that you could actually make a living off it. I thought that people who were writers, who had books, were those people. They were people who went to Harvard and Oxford.
And spoke like that.
Yes. And when I told my mother that I was working on a book, she said, "You think you're just going to write a book and someone's going to publish it?" And I said, Yes, I do.
And
And then they did.
Yes. Well, congratulations.
Thank
It's a
you.
great read.
Thank you.
One Good Hustle. Hopefully everybody can pick it up. Billie Livingston's newest book, all about the adventures of Sammy, and it's great. It's good to know her, get to know her. Do you have another one in the works?
I am working on something right now. I'm visiting a lot of spiritualist churches and finding what mediums do when they talk to the dead or claim to talk to the dead. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that one.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely
Thank you
to be
very
here.
much.
Thank you.